including your 2 pizza slice special, 2 jumbo 1-topping slices and a beverage for just $6.98 plus tax, and a 1-topping 18-inch pie for just $14. And if you're looking for a place to watch your favorite sports teams, Spicy Pie is the place with lots of TVs to watch the game. Dine-in, takeout, and delivery available and kid-friendly. And if you are looking to make some extra money, Spicy Pie is looking for some great personalities to join their team. Spicy Pie, 1100 North Broadway in Beaver Ridge on Minot's North Hill.
You remember where this goes?
I don't know. Are you sure it was a clicking and not a zoom, zoom?
I think your quash litter valve's stuck.
Do you even have insurance?
If we soak it, it should be good.
No matter how much you know or don't know about your vehicle, trust the experts at Tires Plus. Real answers from real mechanics.
Inspections are free to ensure your vehicle is always in peak condition.
Thinking service? Think Tires Plus.
At Jersey Mike's, we take great satisfaction in getting that perfect meat slice. Yes. But we don't do it for fun. We do it for fresh. Because slice to order makes a sub above.
Great smiles come from Vibetta Orthodontics. Vibetta Orthodontics is a certified Invisalign provider. Invisalign fits your budget and your lifestyle. Braces for children, teens, and adults with affordable monthly payments. Schedule your complimentary consultation and exam by logging on to VibettaOrthodontics.com or by calling 701-839-6010.
Great smiles come from Vibetta Orthodontics.
Are you looking for stocking stuffers this Christmas? Spicy Pie is your place to go. They are offering a Christmas gift card special where you get a $5 voucher with every $25 purchased in gift cards. Buy online at pizzagrindersbeer.com or in store. Spicy Pie, more than just pizza. A wide variety of menu items, including grinders, wings, tacos, flatbread, and even desserts. Their December pizza of the month is lasagna, sausage, marinara, basil, parmesan, mozzarella, and ricotta cheese. Dine-in, takeout, and delivery. Kid-friendly Spicy Pie, 1100 North Broadway in Beaver Ridge on Minot's North Hill. Looking for a great place to take the family before or after the game? Choose Spicy Pie. They offer a wide variety of menu items, pizza, grinders, wings, tacos, flatbread, and even desserts. Enjoy their 2 pizza slice special, 2 jumbo 1-topping slices and a beverage for just $6.98 plus tax. Join them for Taco Thursday with discounts on all Mexican items and $1.50 tacos. And don't forget White Sauce Wednesdays with the first 10 dine-in or carry-out orders with a whole pie. Get a free bottle of white grinder sauce. Dine-in, takeout, and delivery. Kid-friendly. Spicy Pie, 1100 North Broadway in Beaver Ridge on Minot's North Hill.
Comes back away down to Off-Root, and Off-Root sends it forward to Luck. Luck's got a 2-on-1 into the zone. Luck dropped it back. Burlington shoots. Scores. Oh, what a twisted wrister from Morelli. He made no doubt about it. Short-handed goal for the Magi. They lead 2-0.
This has been a presentation of the PSP Network. It's time for the Scotty K Show, presented by Spicy Pie. Let's go live to the pie for the Scotty K Show. Here's Scotty K.
Well, thank you very much, and welcome to the Scotty K Show on this Wednesday night, blustery Wednesday night, live from the Spicy Pie. Sorry, we're a little bit late getting our show underway tonight because of a little bit of a technical problem, but we got her all taken care of, and we're ready to go. A lot to talk about tonight. We're going to talk a lot of basketball. Jason Schwarz, the Minot High girls basketball coach, who's off to a 3-0 start on the season, will join me. Brody Bosch, the head coach of the boys at Bishop Bryan, also will join me, along with Tracy Bond, who is the head coach of the Lac Burlington Lady Laker basketball team. They're off to a 3-2 start as we get underway. Our first guest on the Scotty K Show tonight is Mark Vollmer, the superintendent, Dr. Mark Vollmer. I should mention that it is Dr. The superintendent of schools at Minot Public School System and the activities director. And I'm not going to call you a doctor, by the way, Mitch. Is that okay?
That's fine with me. There's only one. Yeah, there's only one doctor here.
Yeah, and we know who that is. Hey, guys, I wanted to have you on tonight. I had Dr. Vollmer on a couple of weeks ago to talk about the upcoming election that went about, and the citizens of Minot and the school district came through, didn't they, Mark? I'll tell you what, I know you were a little nervous about all this. You've been through some bond issues before, but what a huge vote that was, and a huge for the Minot Public School District.
You bet, Scott. Thank you very much. And wow, what a night. We were absolutely blown away as the results were coming in, and question number 1 came in at about 84%. Absolutely blown away, and just I tell you, we can't express our appreciation to our community and our voters enough. I think this has been a long time coming in our district, and we are excited, and we're actually meeting with architects all day today to get the ball rolling.
And we're going to talk about that a little bit here, Mark, but kind of just give us an idea of, and I know we talked about it a couple of weeks ago, what all 3 measures pass. What does this mean to the Minot Public School District?
Well, it means that we're going to be working a lot over the next while here to get it all figured out and ready to go. You know, in these types of projects, Scott, we actually start with the end date and work backwards. So we're going to be opening these buildings in August of 24, and now we're in the process of figuring out how that work schedule happens. When do we name the new high school? When do we pick a mascot, school colors? When do we start teams? When do we get activities rolling? When do we give a name to Central Campus as a middle school and do the same process there? So lots of stuff, not just building. A lot of decisions to make in the next while.
And a lot of those things will not be determined because, I mean, you had to wait till the bond issue passed before you can start but a lot of things are going to be evolving, I would say, over the next 6 months to a year.
Absolutely. You know, we've been working high on schematic design, putting everything in place, knowing what would be offered and what we could do with that beautiful Cognizant building and planning. Now we have to go into another stage of design and then get ready to have construction drawings bid out and get that ball rolling. So our goal over the next while is to do what we can to keep that process moving so we see dirt moving and we see work happening already this summer.
And Mitch, you as an activities director will be very involved in what's going to happen over the next 2.5 to 3 years. Your feelings and just your thoughts now that we are going ahead.
Well, you always get tired of me saying opportunity for kids and things like that, but that's the bottom line. We are going to have we're going to have two of everything now, and that's great for our kids. That's great for our community. It's great for everybody moving, as the younger crew moving up. It's just going to be a great opportunity to create rivalries, to have new coaches, have new opportunities for themselves. New things for PSP to cover. I mean, there's just a lot of you add another whole set of activities and teams, and we always talk again about football and basketball, but it's all sports. It's fine arts. It's number one new chairs. It's first chair trumpeters. There's just a lot of things that are going to be beneficial for us.
You know, and it just and either one of you can answer this question, but it's not just about not having enough room, but it's what Mitch talks about, Dr. Vollmer. It's opportunities for kids, not just in athletics. Sometimes we in the sports business forget about that. You've got all kinds of other activity. This is just more of an opportunity for kids down the road.
Absolutely. You know, we have talked about this a lot, building relationships with counselors, principals, teachers, over a 4-year period, not having to transition to a new school as a junior, building that sense of school pride, 4 years of high school. And, I got to be honest, those in-town rivalries are going to be pretty fun as we get rolling on all this too.
Yes,
so this is a great opportunity. And in the 90-plus presentations we did out in the community, we heard over and over and over again opportunities for our kids to be successful, to experience different things, to take a great offering of coursework in our buildings, and to move this forward. And our voters on the 7th sure sent that message.
You know, and the other thing is we're only not talking about a new high school here. We're going to transition Magic City campus to a 9 to 12. Mark, there's going to be a lot of renovations that are going to have to be done there as well.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's what we were talking about today, is building that master schedule of all of the work that needs to be done. Mitch was there sitting right by my side. It all has to fit together into a puzzle, and as I mentioned earlier, we start with the end in mind. August of 24 is when we're going to have all of this work done. Now, how do we get to August of 24 and have everything in place? It's an exciting time. It's going to be a lot of tough discussions coming. We've 110 years of everybody being a magician, and but these are good discussions because they're ending our overcrowding. They're providing more opportunities for kids, and it's a great thing for the city of Minot.
And it's a great thing for not just athletics, but activities in general. Mitch, and you and I have talked about this a lot.
Well, people don't realize with the split school, it came up today with the fine arts and the debate and the speech and things like that. When you have the split schools, it makes it tough for the club type activities to be spread out over a 9 through 12 type of activity. Just the thought of having Chauncey Hendershot's our head football coach, for example, he's now going to be able to be in the same school as all his 9 through 12 kids. And that's all programs. And I'm not talking just football, but a lot of people use football as an example. But that's band now. That's going to be the drama programs, the debate, the choirs,
yep.
The student congresses, things that we've kind of struggled in Minot Public Schools to expand on, mostly because of the difficult situation of if you're a teacher in Central Campus, how do you reach the kids at Magic City or vice versa? Now they're going to be able to have their own program, and they're going to have all the kids, see the kids each day at lunch, all the kids that they deal with. And that's, I'm very excited just for I want to say I'm looking forward to reaching the outlying kids, the kids that haven't been participating in activities. They are going to, now our coaches are going to, and advisors are going to, for lack of better words, we're going to need numbers. Now we need numbers.
Yeah.
So it's going to be recruiting and saying, hey, we need you to come out and play basketball. We need you to come out and play volleyball and drama and choir and all those things. We want you. Come join us. Truthfully, in the past, we've had when you have 156 football players out for football, you don't need more kids to come out. So I hate saying that because it hurts me, but now we're to the point where we're going to be able to say, we need you. You get out, you get involved.
You bet. $64,000 question, and Mitch and I talked earlier today. We don't have any timeline of what this is going to happen here, But the one question that's been asked since the election, people have asked me, well, what do you think you do? What's our new mascot going to be? What's the new name going to be? What colors are we going to be? And I had people ask me, are we going to get the community involved in it, in that sort of thing? I know you don't have those answers, guys, but people are talking about it. There is a buzz around town.
I was actually shopping here the other night for Christmas. One of my least favorite things to do is shop. And I was approached by so many people that just had great ideas. And, I don't know what this is going to look like yet as far as naming the new school, but I do know there's going to be a lot of opportunity for input, and we'll make sure people have some say. And there's already great ideas floating around. One high school that needs to be named and one mascot and colors, whatever. We'll get there, but right now we got to get ready to break ground and make some things happen.
And that mascot thing, adding to Dr. Vollmer, this is going to last forever. It's a forever type of. So it's not something that, Dr. Vollmer and myself are going to sit in a room and say, hey, let's call him this. That's right. Just like he said, it's going to be a process, and we want to make sure we do it right. come up with a good name that everybody's ready for and proud of.
I'm thinking Willow City Red Wings.
I'm thinking the Mohawk Yellow Jackets. So
I'm thinking the Minot High Magicians, but we can't have it too magi, can we? Hey, guys, the other thing is okay, we're getting the new high school, that sort of thing, and especially on the athletics end of it, Mitch. Part of that whole bond issue is we're going to get some more facilities in this town.
Well, that's to be. All I can say is thanks to the general public and the voters, and for Minot. I mean, that's going to be huge for us to be able to have that. We call it a stadium. It's not, stadium might be a loose term, but we're gonna have a facility that's going to be able to host home football games and track meets and soccer and events with great pride and great. Well, I'll just keep using the word pride. That for up at the new school, whatever it's called, they'll be very happy and right away be able to use those when we move into that building, be able to use those facilities and be that's their place and their identity. And, it's nice not to, we could have made it work, but it's going to be nice to have their identity up north and Magic City continue to add to their identity down south.
Absolutely.
And you bring up a great point, because I was the first junior-senior class that entered Magic City campus back in that day. And back in 1974, I aged myself.
64.
But at that time, they were talking about maybe we should go to 2 high schools at that time. And you've been through bond issues. Mitch has been around. It just amazes me then, and I didn't realize that until one day I looked at it, and I think you might have mentioned it the last time you were on, is Magic City campus isn't a new school. I mean, it's been around for a while.
Magic City campus, 48 years old. It's going to be 50 years old here soon. It's amazing. And here's the one thing I know. Minot is a great place to raise your kids. Minot is a great place to live, to work. It's a great place to have your kids in school, and whether you are a magician or a Red Wing, right?
Yep.
The push is on.
Oh, man.
Yellow Jackets. Yep.
Maybe the Red Wing Jackets.
There we go.
There we go.
But no, whatever school it is, we're going to see kids that just have a great pride in being a part of a strong school community. So, boy, we couldn't be more excited.
Yep.
And I look at it, as a guy that's been in the sports broadcast business, but, I've had kids go through the system. I've got grandkids going through the system now. This is not just, for me, it's not just about athletics or activities. This is about education. And that's what it's all about. Mitch, you and I have talked about it. It's not so much about the winning and losing. We love the win.
Of course.
But you know what? It's lifelong lessons these kids are getting taught.
You bet. Great teachers and building those relationships over 4 years of high school rather than 2 years on one campus, 2 years on another. I don't know where we can go wrong. It's a good thing.
And let me add, I mean, the system what we've used has worked for our teachers and administrators and things have done outstanding jobs. So it's not like they're way behind the ball. And it's not like we've failed before. We've done I've had kids go through this school and they loved it, and they wouldn't change it for the world as far as their experience. But the big picture is we think we can do things a better way and a better to help identify kids, to help kids go through, to help them make lifelong memories, and we're excited to be able to do that.
Absolutely.
And one other point I want to bring up, and I've been around it for a lot of years. They talk about, well, geez, are we going to be as competitive with another high school in town? Well, I'll tell you what, I've watched through the years. I might have been one of those back in those years where I found out that I wasn't good enough to be the top 10 or the top 12. There's kids walking the halls of your middle schools and your high schools and your elementary schools now have that opportunity. They've got that extra chance to go out there and prove that, they can play the game, or they can be in drama, or they can be in choir, that sort of thing.
Absolutely. And we said a lot of our kids, they don't always want to make a transition from Central to Magic City to be in an activity because it's a foreign world to them.
Right.
But when you're in that same high school for 4 years, it just really lends itself to building great relationships and great opportunities for kids. Mitch hit it right on the head. Our teachers and principals and counselors, all of our staff have done a great job And this is what we have known in Minot for 48 years. The board was passionate, moving it forward. They believe we can do better, provide better opportunities, and that's where the question came from. So once again, Scott, just want to offer a huge thanks to everyone out there. We had a lot of people at our meetings. A lot of people came to different opportunities to hear and provide
and ask
input.
questions.
Absolutely. And we've had some good ones, and we got a lot more coming. Yeah, keep your ear to the ground because we're going to be talking about a lot of fun things over the next while.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'll keep in touch with both of you as this whole thing evolves down the next 2 years, that sort of thing. Mark, thank you for everything you've done. You've been through a lot of superintendent of schools at Minot High with the flood and now all of this and the overcrowding, that sort of thing. It's going to be nice to drive by Jim Hill Middle School in a couple of years and not see all those portables sitting out there.
Absolutely, and thank you for that. I do appreciate that. When I started in Minot 20 years ago, there wasn't even a light at the corner by Jim Hill. It was a stop sign. But we've grown. We got a lot of kids, and this exciting time, certainly an exciting time.
All right. Hey, thanks, Mark.
Thank you.
Mitch, we'll stay in contact, and if you need any input on what you want for those colors of the new team, just let me know. I'll help you out.
Yeah, it'll be fun to come up with all those just all the new things.
Right.
I mean, there's just so many. Each question evolves into another question. What about this? What about this? So, as fun as I like to say, it's going to really get people talking about Minot High in a very positive way. Of course, there's always going to be some things that are going to be questioned, which we understand that. That's part of the game. But we're going to do our very best through our committees and to make sure that it's a positive environment for all the kids that come through, and to create it so that winning and losing is winning's great, but steel sharpens steel, is the saying. And our hope is that the competition will create us to raise everything higher, and we hope that it'll be good.
All right. You were a Bull Hall Yellow Jacket. You were a Willow City Red Wing. Who's the better athlete? Do you know?
Oh, by far, Mitch. Honestly, the only dribbling I did was down the front of my shirt. I wasn't a very good ball player at all. But
we couldn't beat Willow City, though.
Hey, guys, thanks a lot for stopping by. I'll stay in contact with you as everything involves. And, again, thank you both for everything you've done. I know you've had a lot of people behind the scenes that have done a lot of work, too. But you know what? We still have – there is I know. I thought I heard it too. There's an alarm going off somewhere.
It's probably my phone saying Cattell Show.
Actually, your alarm clock. Scotty K, time to wake up. All right.
Hey, guys, thanks a lot, Mark, and we'll stay in touch down the road.
Thank you very much.
All right, Mitch, thanks a lot. It was Mitch. That's the alarm you were hearing. I could hear it in my headset, but I didn't know where it was coming from. That's all right, Mitch. All right. At least you reminded yourself of where you were supposed to be.
I need to fix my hearing aids. I didn't hear it.
All right, thanks, guys. We're going to take a break here on the Scotty K Show. We'll talk a lot of basketball when we come back. It's the Scotty K Show live from the Spicy Pie on this Wednesday night. For the best in pizza, grinders, wings, tacos, flatbreads, and even desserts. They offer several specials throughout the week, including their 2 pizza slice special, 2 jumbo 1-topping slices and a beverage for just $6.98 plus tax, and a 1-topping 18-inch pie for just $14. And if you're looking for a place to watch your favorite sports teams, Spicy Pie is the place with lots of TVs to watch the game. Dine-in, takeout, and delivery available and kid-friendly. And if you are looking to make some extra money, Spicy Pie is looking for some great personalities to join their team. Spicy Pie, 1100 North Broadway in Beaver Ridge on Minot's North End.
You remember where this goes?
I don't know. Are you sure it was a clicking and not a zoom, zoom?
I think your quash litter valve's stuck.
Do you even have insurance?
If we soak it, it should be good.
No matter how much you know or don't know about your vehicle, trust the experts at Tires Plus. Real answers from real mechanics.
Inspections are free to ensure your vehicle is always in peak condition.
Thinking service? Think Tires Plus.
The magic of what we do really comes down to combining different aspects of patient care. Here at Premier Chiropractic, we love combining soft tissue work, the adjustment, and exercises together. We found that this gets the best results for our patients. We have 3 chiropractors to fit the needs of the entire family, a rehab area for our exercises and equipment for any athlete to improve performance. Give us a call and we will get you back to doing what you love.
At Jersey Mike's, we take great satisfaction in getting that perfect meat slice. Yes. But we don't do it for fun. We do it for fresh. Because slice to order makes a sub above.
And now back to the spicy pie for the Scotty K Show.
Welcome back here to the Spicy Pie on this blustery Wednesday night. The weather looks as if it's going to be more winter-like over the next few days into next week. But you know what? Christmas just around the corner, and that means with winter here and with Christmas around the corner, going to the new year, it's basketball time in North Dakota. Joining me now is Brody Bosch. He's the head coach of the Bishop Ryan Lions out of District 12. Just across the street from here. And Brody, thanks a lot for taking some time out of your busy schedule to sit down and talk a little bit about your program.
Yeah, you bet. Good to be here.
Brody opened up last week on the road at Hazen, lost to him 80-77. And I guess going into the season, you just kind of like to get those game situations. I mean, you can do only so much in practice, but you like to see the kids and some combinations that you can use and different kids into the varsity experience. Your take from that game last week?
Yeah, we wanted to rotate a lot of kids, see what we had going. Losing Connor and those seniors we had last year, Jackson, Logan, Sanders, and all those guys. We're definitely a different looking team without that speed. So we rotated a lot of kids. Our defense is a lot different. Giving up 80 points is not something that we can do and win a lot of games. So
right.
It's something we need to improve on quick, especially with Shiloh coming on Saturday.
Okay, talk a little bit about, you mentioned Connor Thompson, one of your leading scorers from a year ago, a kid that was a key cog in your with your team, out for the season. Boy, that really kind of changes things too, because he was kind of a leader and had a lot of varsity experience.
Yeah, him and Brady were really the only guys coming back that had a lot of varsity experience. They were both starters. So losing him opens up a lot of things for some new kids to step up and show that they deserve some minutes.
Well, you look at your team, you look at a few of those kids that got some time. Brady Feller played a lot last year for you. You had Ian Johnson coming off the bench. But you're a pretty young basketball team, and varsity-wise, pretty inexperienced, aren't you?
Yeah, like I said, losing those seniors, we didn't go too deep last year. And now we got Brady is pretty much our only guy that's had a lot of experience, especially in the postseason. So by the district time, hopefully everybody else is kind of gelled in with each other, and we can go.
And like you mentioned, you used a lot of different kids on last week against Hazen. And I would think early in the year that's going to be kind of what you're going to do, because you got to find out how deep you can actually go.
Right. Our regular season record, not too much of a big deal, especially this early. We just got to look down the road, and we got to use all these regular season games to get where we need to be to make a run at the postseason.
Well, I look at your roster. You got how many seniors? You got 2 seniors on the team in Logan Wentz and Jake, or 3 with Josh Will, Jacob Fricky, and Logan Wentz. So you got a lot of young dogs out there, don't you?
Yep. We're looking forward to what these young guys can do.
Hey, tell me, going into the season, and I know you look at it, Brody, what do you think is your biggest strength right now as you start the season?
We got a lot of guys that can score the ball. Obviously, giving up 80 points wasn't great, but we also scored 77 or 78,
right,
whatever it was, and that's a good thing to look at, especially at the first game. We still got a lot of depth. We may be young, but we got a lot of guys that can come off the bench, and when they're confident, they can light it up.
Hey, talk a little bit about weaknesses. I would think that you want to get better defensively.
Defensively is number one right now. We got to get better in our gaps. Our defensive principles weren't very good that first game. So if we can improve that a little bit every game, every day, we can turn it around.
What do you got coming up?
Saturday, you got Shiloh.
Oh boy, that's a nice test to have right away.
Yep, those are some big boys.
But you know what? The other thing is, and you mentioned it, regular season's record really doesn't mean a lot of things. And I know in the past, even when you were at our Redeemers and now at Bishop Ryan, hey, you want to play good teams, especially early in the season before you get to district tournament, because it just makes you a better basketball team as well.
Yeah, you got to play good teams to see where you're at, and also to look at them and be like, that's where we need to be if we want to go deep in the postseason. Then it also helps when you're watching film. Good teams will expose where your weaknesses are.
Right. Hey, so you got them on Saturday, you said?
Yep.
Is that here?
It is.
Okay, and that girls are playing as well, right?
Yep, girls and boys all day.
Okay, that's the girls and boys all day at Bishop Ryan. Shiloh's supposed to be really good on both sides of the equation. So, and you're going to get better. I know you have some faith in this team, and you got some young dogs that are going to gain a lot of experience. And I would say, by district regular season to the district tournament, Brody, you'll have them right there where you want them, right?
Oh, yeah. Well, we've only had one game. We're not too worried.
Hey, Brody, thanks a lot for stopping by. We'll stay in contact throughout the year. Have a great holiday season. Good luck on Saturday night. We'll talk to you down the road.
Thanks. You too, Scott.
All right, that's Brody Bosch. He is the head coach of the Bishop Ryan Lions men's basketball team. When we come back, more basketball to talk about. It'll be girls this time. We'll find out which one wants to go first. We're back right after this.
Orthodontics. Vibetta Orthodontics is a certified Invisalign provider. Invisalign fits your budget and your lifestyle. Braces for children, teens, and adults with affordable monthly payments. Schedule your complimentary consultation and exam by logging on to VibettaOrthodontics.com or by calling 701-839-6010.
Great smiles come from Vibetta Orthodontics.
Are you looking for stocking stuffers this Christmas? Spicy Pie is your place to go. They are offering a Christmas gift card special where you get a $5 voucher with every $25 purchased in gift cards. Buy online at pizzagrindersbeer.com or in store. Spicy Pie, more than just pizza. A wide variety of menu items including grinders, wings, tacos, flatbread, and even desserts. Their December pizza of the month is lasagna, sausage, marinara, basil, parmesan, mozzarella, and ricotta cheese. Dine-in, takeout, and delivery. Kid-friendly Spicy Pie, 1100 North Broadway in Beaver Ridge on Minot's North Hill.
Comes back the way down to Off-Route, and Off-Route sends it forward to Luck. Luck's got a 2-on-1 into the zone. Luck dropped it back for Ellington. Shoots! Scores! Oh, what a twisted wrister from Morelli. He made no doubt about it. Short-handed goal for the Magi. They lead 2-0.
Looking for a great place to take the family before or after the game? Choose Spicy Pie. They offer a wide variety of menu items, pizza, grinders, wings, tacos, flatbread, and even desserts. Enjoy their 2 pizza slice special, 2 jumbo 1-topping slices, and a beverage for just $6.98 plus tax. Join them for Taco Thursday with discounts on all Mexican items and $1.50 tacos. And don't forget White Sauce Wednesdays with the first 10 dine-in or carry-out orders with a whole pie. Get a free bottle of white grinder sauce. Dine-in, takeout, and delivery. Kid-friendly. Spicy Pie, 1100 North Broadway in Beaver Ridge on Minot's North Hill.
And now back to the Spicy Pie for the Scotty K Show.
Well, welcome back here to the Scotty K Show live here from the Spicy Pie on this Wednesday night. We're going to talk some girls basketball here in a bit. Do want to just make a programming note that PSP Network will be covering all... I got to try to find... okay. We'll be covering all 7 games of the Hoopster Classic at the MSU Dome. That's boys basketball coming up on the 28th of this month. Then also on the 29th, all 7 games from the Dale Brown Classic at the Dome. And then We're going to switch spots, and we're going to move over to the auditorium for the Hooster Classic Holiday Shootout on Thursday, December 30th. And my next guest is Tracy Bond, the head girls coach at Delax Burlington. Her ball club will be playing in that shootout at the auditorium against Towner Grandville Upham. Tracy, thanks a lot for stopping by. I know it's a busy time. You're off to a 3-2 start. Just kind of give me an idea. I was looking through your roster when you sent it to me, and boy, you're a pretty young basketball team, aren't you?
We are. I do have some good leadership in my 2 seniors, but then we brought on 2 freshmen and 2 8th graders this year who did come up and play with us a little last year through practice times and some JV time. But now this year they found themselves in the varsity uniforms and having to cover a lot of minutes between those 4 young girls.
Tracy, you played 5 games. You started out with 3 straight wins over Harvey Wells County, Tioga, and Hayes, and then lost in West Hope, Newburgh. And I understand in talking to you before we went on the air, lost to a very good Garrison team last night.
Yep, that team can shoot the ball. We talked a little about it's one thing.
They shoot as good as you did back in college?
Well, and that's pretty tough. Guarding a 3-point line is one thing, but then when you have to guard 24 feet out all the time, that's a whole different ballgame. And those girls can shoot the ball out there, and they do it with confidence. So we struggled to stop them, and then we got a little frustrated and couldn't score ourselves. So it was a tough game.
But talk about the first 5 games and being so young, and you don't have a lot of kids that played a lot of varsity last year. This is a learning process, isn't it? For not just for you, for the kids, but for you as a coach as well.
Yep. And we've taken our wins and our losses with that type of mentality to where early season games, obviously you want the W's, but they don't make or break anything going forward. And you got to take what you can from each game. So our loss to West Hope, which we had a 7-point lead in the 4th quarter and lost that by 3, from that we took that we can't ever let up. You feel comfortable and it doesn't matter. You can't let up on that. And then in that Garrison loss, we scored 13 points in the first 3 quarters combined and then scored 15 in the 4th alone. So, there's a lot of learning that can happen from those situations.
And talk a little bit about that, because you get through 5 games and now you've got tomorrow night you got Botno, but now you can take back. You've seen enough in game situations where you can specifically work on things that you're not good at.
Yep.
And then applaud them for the things that they're doing well.
Yep. With the young ones, well, and honestly with all of our girls, that's the goal, is to build on the mistakes we made the first time, correct those and then build on something else. Take something you're doing well and then put it in a new situation. So you're always improving regardless of your win-loss record.
Talk a little bit about what's your biggest strength right now through 5 games?
I would have to say, other than last night, and the girls didn't play really bad defense. We were just outmatched a little bit. But I would say for the most part, our defensive intensity is one of our strengths. And then the way the girls work together, their teamwork and the way they just kind of fit together so early in the year is definitely going to be something that translates to those tournament time.
All right,
games.
What's the biggest weakness? Because I know coaches always have weaknesses.
Well, that's a hard question coming off such a bad loss. I could list off quite a few. Weaknesses, I would say, our scoring. We can shoot the ball really well, but honestly, if we don't start out that way, it seems like we struggle for the rest of the game. So I would say our scoring and then just our mental toughness to deal with if we don't score right away. Now what? Now how do we keep going and play a successful game?
Well, talk about the mental part of it. We always talk about the physical part of basketball or any sport for that matter. But now with so many young kids that are getting so much time, let's say you have a sophomore or a freshman or an 8th grader that makes a mistake out there. That's where it can hurt because it gets into their head. Yep.
Luckily, we do have excellent floor leaders, whether it's the 2 seniors or even some of those middle of the road sophomore juniors. If anybody makes a mistake, we do usually, we almost have always a girl that runs over and grabs them and says, shake it off or next time or whatever. It's never a side eye or I can't believe you did that. It's always a pick me up. So that's definitely a strength for us because we are going to make those mistakes for a little while.
Hey, let's talk about the district. I know you're more worried about the Lady Lakers, but when you look at your district as we head into the new year and district games, that sort of thing, what do you look at? Who might be the front runner in this district?
It's kind of tough this time of year, to be honest. I keep track of the wins losses a little bit, but I haven't dug deep into players in the district. I always know Mohall is always tough, especially with a tall gal like Lunde, and she's an athlete. She's very hard to guard. So I think Mohall is going to be tough. I know they've got a new program heading, or a new coach heading up their program. So they're always a little bit of a wild card that we need to worry about.
Well, and our Redeemers has got some talent. Bishop Ryan's probably going to be. When I look at scores, and I've been following it for the first part of the year, there might be more parity in this district than there has, because we've always had, and I don't mean this in a mean way to anybody, we've always had the haves and the have-nots.
Yeah.
But look at South Prairie's off to a 3-1 start. Look at where that program has come. I'll tell you what, you better lace up the shoes every time once you get into district play.
Yep, I feel that too, and we've talked a little bit, Coach Kraler and I have talked to the girls a little bit about, you got to be ready every minute, because all of these teams I feel like are a bit of a wild card, and us included, because we could be overlooked for how young we are. So our district is really a toss-up, I think, to whoever shows up that day, that game, and brings it. We could have a number of different winners coming out of our district.
Tracy, you bring up Coach Kraler, Morgan Kraler, who also played at Minot State, and I can remember talking to her, and I know she isn't going to like what I say. I can remember doing a senior spotlight with her senior year, and I said, so do you ever have coaching in your future? And she says, absolutely 100% no. And now look what she's doing.
Yeah.
And she's doing a great job. And you guys are real close, and that sort of thing. It's just fun to see former Minot State athletes that I covered down the road in the coaching ranks. You're having a lot of fun, aren't you, Trace?
Yep, we are. Of course, Coach Kraler and I missed each other by a number of years at Minot State.
Let's don't age ourselves anymore.
No, a number of years. We're going to leave it at that. I don't know what I'd do without her. Just knowing the game, and then the connection she has with the girls, and maybe there's a time where they don't really want to come talk to me. They can go to her, and just the game itself. She knows the game so well.
Hey, you play tomorrow night against Botno, and then kind of take a break for the Christmas holiday and come back for that Hoopster Classic at the auditorium, which we will cover here on the PSP Network. Do you need a break right now?
Do I need a break?
I mean, the holiday break is pretty good. And I talk to college coaches, and we've talked about it. I've talked to Coach Green about it, and Coach Merkin many a times when they get this break at the holiday. Sometimes it's best because you get a break from the kids. The kids definitely get a break from you.
Yeah, in our schedule this last week, we were trying to figure out the ins and outs of running a JV team and not running a JV team with the numbers we have. So we tried it a couple games, and it was hard. Our youngest girls played 5 games in 1 week at one point. So they're a little bit beat up, and I think some rest and recovery, mentally and physically, is going to be good for us.
Hey, Tracy, good luck tomorrow night. We'll see you at the Hoopster Classic. I'll probably be bothering you, emailing you to get some information once we get closer to that. But good start to the year. Yep. Good luck tomorrow night, and say hi to Morgan for me.
I will.
All right, that's Tracy Bond, the head women's coach or girls coach at Delac Burlington. I had the opportunity to call her games when she was a member of the Minot State Beavers back in the day, and I'm not going to say how many years, but anyway, it's a lot of fun to kind of talk to those former athletes that I had a chance to cover in college. When we come back, we're going to talk to the head coach of one of the hottest teams in the state of North Dakota in Class A girls basketball. Jason Schwarz will join me. He's not going to like that statement that I just made, but that's okay. We're back to the Scotty K Show right after this.
Needs to be your only stop for the best in pizza, grinders, wings, tacos, flatbreads, and even desserts. They offer several specials throughout the week, including their 2 pizza slice special, 2 jumbo 1-topping slices and a beverage for just $6.98 plus tax, and a 1-topping 18-inch pie for just $14. And if you're looking for a place to watch your favorite sports teams, Spicy Pie is the place with lots of TVs to watch the game. Dine-in, takeout, and delivery available and kid-friendly. And if you are looking to make some extra money, Spicy Pie is looking for some great personalities to join their team. Spicy Pie, 1100 North Broadway in Beaver Ridge on Minot's North Hill.
You remember where this goes?
I don't know.
Are you sure it was a clicking and not a zoo, zoo?
I think your quash litter valve's stuck.
Do you even have insurance?
If we soak it, it should be good.
No matter how much you know or don't know about your vehicle, trust the experts at Tires Plus. Real answers from real mechanics.
Inspections are free to ensure your vehicle is always in peak condition.
Thinking service? Think Tires Plus.
The magic of what we do really comes down to combining different aspects of patient care. Here at Premier Chiropractic, we love combining soft tissue work, the adjustment, and exercises together. We found that this gets the best results for our patients. We have 3 chiropractors to fit the needs of the entire family, a rehab area for our exercises and equipment for any athlete to improve performance. Give us a call and we will get you back to doing what you love.
Great smiles come from Vibetta Orthodontics. Vibetta Orthodontics is a certified Invisalign provider. Invisalign fits your budget and your lifestyle. Braces for children, teens, and adults with affordable monthly payments. Schedule your complimentary consultation and exam by logging on to VibettaOrthodontics.com or by calling 701-839-6010.
Great smiles come from Vibetta Orthodontics.
And now back to the Spicy Pie for the Scotty K Show.
Well, welcome back here to the Scotty K Show live from the Spicy Pie. Just a programming note, we will be back next week for our final pre-Christmas Wednesday night show. We will take the following week off because we will be over at the Dome doing the Hoopster Classic or the Dale Brown Classic, both video and audio portions of all 7 games from that tournament. We'll talk about that a little bit later. Hey, our next guest here is probably, and I'm going to say it, one of the hottest teams in the state of North Dakota in Class A girls basketball. Jason Schwarz, the head coach of the Minot High Jets, joins me. And I tell you, are you the shooting coach, or do you claim to be the shooting coach for the Jets?
No. Well, we'll go with that for now, I guess. No,
All right.
The credit goes to the kids. You know, they're putting a lot of time into it. They're playing with a lot of confidence right now, and confidence certainly has a big part in that ball going in the hole. So, hopefully we can just keep that rolling every game the way we're going right now. We're playing on a high, and we want to ride that wave for as long as we can.
Well, I tell you what, you put up 80 against Watford in your opener. You beat Dickinson this past week, but with 90, and then put 94 on the board against St. Mary's. Probably gave up a few more points than you wanted to St. Mary's last night. But other than that, you've been pretty good defensively as well.
Yeah, we tried to switch things up this year defensively, and, we're only 3 games into it. We're seeing some strides that we're making each possession, as a matter of fact, but each game. And it's a completely different system. It's new. So it's going to take some time for our kids to get adjusted and get comfortable with it. But, our main core kids are really picking up on it. But it definitely is completely different than anything I've ever done before. So it's a learning curve for me as well, and for me to figure out how to teach it better. So, we're getting there a little bit at a time, baby steps.
And that's what the first part of the season is always about. Yeah, I know you play a lot of conference games, but you want to be playing your best basketball coming into February, into March, right,
Yes.
Jason?
Yeah, absolutely. And as long as we're making some progress and sticking to our process and sticking to the things that we want to try and focus on defensively, eventually, and at times it's been real suffocating. It really has been, but, it's kind of spotty. So we can get it to the point where it's consistent by the end of the season. You're absolutely right. That's the goal.
Well, and the thing about it is, and I've been around the game long enough, around the high school game long enough that, sometimes it's hard to, hard to tell kids. I mean, kids want to go out. I guess what I'm trying to say is they want to go out. They'll shoot. They want to shoot. They want to score, that sort of thing, the offensive end of it. Sometimes it's hard to have them buy into the defensive end. But you've been around it long enough, Jason. A defense is going to win you championships.
Right, and what our defense is supposed to, and turning into a lot of times, is offense.
Right.
It's we're trying to break a little bit more this year and get down the floor a lot quicker. And, our defense plays a big part and a big role in that. And I think the kids are seeing the connection and trying to create some havoc on that end of the floor and realizing that, all right, it's going to give us some real nice looks on the other end, give us some easy baskets. And, when it comes down to the end of the season, the team that gets the easiest baskets wins. And so that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get some easy layups in transition, get some easy wide open looks while the defense is disorganized, and our quickness from one end of the floor to the other, is determining a lot of that.
Talk a little bit about this team. We knew going in, we talked in preseason over the summer, Jason, you were excited about this group of kids you had. You've got some senior leadership there, but you've got a ton of young kids that are very, very talented. In fact, your 2 leading scorers right now are both 8th graders, but you're getting contributions from so many people at different times.
And yeah, you're right. Maggie and Lily are those 2 that you're talking about, and they can really fill it up. And the rest of our team and the rest of our kids are feeding off of that. If you can even imagine that, we're a team of seniors and juniors and sophomores are feeding off a couple of 8th graders. But I don't suspect any jealousies whatsoever. These kids really don't care who scores or who gets the credit, as long as the team is on top at the end of the night, and that's the most important thing. And I feel that with this team. But you're right, we're getting contributions from so many kids. We know we're only going to be as good as our bench, and so we know that coming into the season we'd have to develop our bench, and our bench has to contribute night in and night out, because when it comes tournament time, no matter what kind of adversity that you're going to run into, whether it's foul trouble or an injury or sickness or whatever,
right,
somebody has to step in and next man up kind of philosophy. So, we feel we can go at least 10 deep strong, and we're showing that. We're going to have to do that, playing the way that we want to play.
Exactly.
Yeah. And so anyway, we're off to a running start. We're off to a good start with getting contributions from everybody in all phases.
Jason, I do have to tell you that through my emails and conversations and text messages from a fellow broadcasters, you guys are opening some eyes up around the state of North Dakota. I've had several people from that eastern part of the state, the Fargo area, that have called me or texted me or emailed and said, "Are they that legit?" And I say, yeah, they are. So you're opening some eyes across the state of North Dakota.
Well, and we know we're in a tough conference here, and if we can make some noise within this conference, we know we can make some noise at the state level. So we've got a good measuring stick, and it's only going to get tougher, But we've built some confidence within ourselves here to start fresh out of the gates. And we want to continue to build off of that from one game to the next.
The one kid I wanted to bring up, as you mentioned, Maggie Fricky, averaging 24 points, 5 rebounds, 2.7 assists. She's shooting 60% from beyond the arc at 15 of 25. I know her dad never shot that well when he played. And then you got Lily Bell, who's at 16 and 7 rebounds. But then you got Mariah Evenson at 13.3, and she's just one of those senior leaders that you can depend on, that she's going to show up every night. She don't care if she's the low scorer or the high scorer, but she is a leader for you, isn't she?
Yeah, you bet. And we really missed her last year, and having her back out there and back out on the floor. And, we've asked her to step into the most important role in this new defense that we're running. We know that the person that's got to pick up the basketball has to be our best defender. And we've got several kids that are playing in that role. We're asking her to be the first one to do it, to start games. And so she kind of setting the tone for us defensively. And, she's not so much of the verbal leader that I'd like her to be. You always want, your leaders to
right,
be able to step in and take your place, whether it be by example or by the spoken word. But, certainly she sets the example by her work, her hard work ethic, and that becomes contagious. and the next kid start playing the same way.
Right.
And so that's been a real staple for us, our effort on that end of the floor, and she's setting the tone for us. But yeah, we really missed her last year, but it's certainly good to have her back. She can do so many things for us. She can score in a variety of ways. She can handle the ball if we need to. We can put her in the post and defend in the post. She's going to rebound. She's going to get out and run. But I can say that about a lot of our kids, really.
A couple other kids I wanted to bring up. You brought back up the part that you're kind of riding Maggie and Lily, your two freshmen, or your two leading scorers. And I realized it on Saturday night when I did the Dickinson game. Avery Lunde scores 2 points. Avery was one of your top scorers last year, but she comes back last night and scores 19. But then you look at it, she's picking up 4 rebounds. She's dishing out about 4 assists. Avery's that type that wants to put the ball in the hole, but she understands that there's going to be nights where she isn't going to be the biggest scorer.
Yeah, and our only returning all WDA player,
Wow.
And her first 2 games combined isn't even in double figures, I don't believe. But she showed last night certainly what she can do. I think her focus maybe a little bit has been on the defensive end the first 3 games. She by far, I believe, has been our hardest worker defensively. And, we just got done talking about how hard Mariah is working.
Right.
And then the next kid, I say, well, she's working even harder probably. And so that's a good thing when I can compare kids and say this one's working hard, this one's working harder, whatever. But yeah, I mean, she knew that, at the end of the season last year, we had to rely so much on Avery and Maggie to do the bulk or almost all of the scoring.
Right.
Now this relieves a lot of that pressure, and Avery's going to go out and make a lot of plays, whether it's with an assist, whether it's off of the bounce, creating for a teammate, making some plays defensively, getting some deflections, pressuring the ball, getting a rebound, getting us out in transition. So she's kind of, does a lot of what we just got done talking about, what Mariah does. They can do so many things, and then they don't necessarily need to be in the scoring column to be effective for us.
Well, you talk about Mariah trying to get her to be more of a vocal person. You don't have to worry about that with Avery, do you?
Well, I'd like that. I've always want more. I always want more,
I understand. And I do that. I'm a good friend of her dad's, and I've gotten to know Avery a little bit over the years. She's just a fun person to be around. But the other kid, and we'll talk about some of your other kids as the year goes on, but another big cog, I think, has been she doesn't score a lot of points for you, but Elsie Hardy really brings a lot, especially on the rebounding end of it and the defensive end of it.
Right. She's such a presence inside, intimidating presence. And I don't think a lot of times Elsie really understands how intimidating that just being on the floor is. We don't have a whole lot of players with her physical stature out there, in the conference. And so when they go up against us, and they see Elsie out there, they see Lily out there, that's intimidating to other teams, especially if they don't have a post game.
Right.
And a lot of what our defense is we're trying to force the basketball into those guys. And so Elsie's got to have a big season for us in a variety of ways. She came out her first game of the season and had I don't know if she had a double-double, but I think she had 13 rebounds.
Right.
And so those are the kinds of things that we need to do. Those things that don't always, end up in the main stats or end up in the highlights or what people are talking about. But it's a lot of the things that go on behind the scenes that are important, and that's where Elsie's got to provide for us.
All right, you got a couple games coming up before the Christmas break. You go play a very good Legacy team on Friday night, and then you're at Watford City next Tuesday, and then at Jamestown right after Christmas. Who put this schedule together? Was that you?
No.
Because you guys have been pretty much road warriors for the first part of the year.
And that's the way it's been here the last few years. We tried to get another home game here and there. We were supposed to, with Williston, start the season off. And so we would have had 2 home games right away to start the season. And originally the St. Mary's game was supposed to be here as well, but there were some things they had needed to change with the schedule. But, honestly, and talking,
it is what it is, right?
Well, and in talking with some people, when it gets super cold and it's January and February and we're not going on the road, it's not such a bad deal to be at home and then try and get on a roll at the end of the season. And no better place to do it than in your own backyard. So I don't mind this at all.
Just a quick take on Legacy. I know they got some decent kids, and they might be down a little bit from what they have been in the past, but just give us your take on Legacy right now.
Well, it's never easy going into their gym, so we know it's not going to be a pushover whatsoever. You know, they had a rough one last night, and I know they're going to want to bounce back and get that taste out of their mouth.
You bet.
You know, and they know that we've been playing well. So, you know, really they're in a situation where, all right, we got nothing to lose. Let's go out there and let's give it everything we got. So they're always a stiff test for us in their gymnasium. But, you know, we still got a little bit of a bitter taste in our mouth. You know, they ended our season last year, so we haven't quite forgot that either. But, you know, we saw them in the summer. They're very competitive this summer, so we know what they're capable of. They're not going to roll over for us. So we've got to show up and continue to play the basketball that we've been playing.
Hey, Jason, great start to the year. And it was so fun to watch your kids. In fact, I was so exhausted after the game the other night because you just go up and down and up and down. But your kids are a lot of fun to watch, and I love the depth that you have. And I think there's really some really good things on the horizon for the Minot High girls basketball program. And I did waste enough time to let you know because I can't announce it now. And I know you coaches don't look at the media polls all that often, but congratulations to the Majettes. They are the number 5 ranked team in the state of North Dakota. Well-deserved honor. And it's been a while since Minot High Majettes have been in the top 5 in North Dakota basketball.
Well, thank you, Scott. And, you know, we talked a little bit at practice tonight. We were the WDA team of the week, you know, and in my time, you know, being part of this program, there hasn't been too many times where Minot has achieved that. And not that it's the most important thing, but we do talk about, hey, we're making some significant strides, you know, so we'll take every little bit that we can get. So that's one thing, and this is another, you know, we appreciate that. And and it shows we're making some progress, that all the effort and all the work that we're putting in
are recognizing
is reflecting it. Yes.
Hey, good luck Friday night, 5:45. It's a doubleheader with the guys, and then a doubleheader again next week at Watford with the guys.
Yep.
By the way, I do want to mention, because I don't want Dean to get mad at me, they're still in the top 5. They did drop one spot after their loss last night, but they're number 5. In fact, I got to tell you a little bit of a story here, because I take care of the Class A polls for the media. I don't know if I've ever, in the 3 years I've done it, where the top 5 teams have been the same top 5 teams on both the boys and the girls side.
Oh, really?
So you can go right down the deal. It's Century, West Fargo, Fargo Davies, Bismarck, and Minot High.
Okay.
In both polls are the top 5 teams.
Cool.
Hey, congratulations on your start. Good luck on Friday, and we'll talk down the road. I'm looking forward to watching your team over the course of the rest of the year.
Thanks so much, Scott. Really appreciate it. And they're as much fun to coach as they are to watch.
Hey, PSP will be there.
All right. Good. Thank you.
All right. Hey, we're going to take one final break here on the Scotty K Show. Come back. Got to set you up with some programming notes. We'll be back right after this. To go. They are offering a Christmas gift card special where you get a $5 voucher with every $25 purchased in gift cards. Buy online at pizzagrindersbeer.com or in store. Spicy Pie, more than just pizza. A wide variety of menu items, including grinders, wings, tacos, flatbread, and even desserts. Their December pizza of the month is lasagna, sausage marinara, basil, parmesan, mozzarella, and ricotta cheese. Dine-in, takeout, and delivery. Kid-friendly Spicy Pie, 1100 North Broadway in Beaver Ridge on Minot's North Hill.
Comes back the way down to Off-Root, and Off-Root sends it forward to Luck. Luck's got a 2-on-1 into the zone. Luck dropped it back for Ellington. Shoots! Scores! Oh, what a twisted wrister from Morelli. He made no doubt about it. Short-handed goal for the Magi. They lead 2-0.
Looking for a great place to take the family before or after the game? Choose Spicy Pie. They offer a wide variety of menu items: pizza, grinders, wings, tacos, flatbread, and even desserts. Enjoy their 2 pizza slice special, 2 jumbo 1-topping slices, and a beverage for just $6.98 plus tax. Join them for Taco Thursday with discounts on all Mexican items and $1.50 tacos. And don't forget White Sauce Wednesdays with the first 10 dine-in or carry-out orders with a whole pie. Get a free bottle of white grinder sauce. Dine-in, takeout, and delivery. Kid-friendly. Spicy Pie, 1100 North Broadway in Beaver Ridge on Minot's North Hill.
And now back to the Spicy Pie for the Scotty K Show.
Well, one final time here on the Scotty K Show, here live from the Spicy Pie on this blustery Wednesday night. Temperatures are becoming more winter-like. In fact, they're talking maybe below 0 over the weekend, but you know what? We're hardy here in North Dakota. We can take that. Hey, a couple notes. I want to let you know that we will have high school wrestling here on the PSP network tomorrow night. I will be at Magic City campus for a triangular, as Minot High will take on both Bismarck St. Mary's and also Watford City. I think our coverage gets underway about 4:45 in the afternoon with a 5 o'clock start for that first match. Also want to say PSP is excited to announce that we will carry all 7 boys games from the Hoopster Classic at the MSU Dome coming up on the 28th of this month at the Dome. Also, all 7 games of the boys games from the Dale Brown Classic at the Dome on the 29th. Then we'll switch venues and go over to the Auditorium on the 30th, and we'll have the Hoopster Classic Holiday Shootout for girls. There's 20 games over 3 days that you can watch and listen to via the PSP network. Stay tuned to our social media. We'll keep you updated on that. But let's go through the schedule real quick just to let you know we got some of the top teams from around the state of North Dakota that are coming in for these 3 days. First of all, the Hoopster Classic at the Dome on the 28th. West Hope Newburgh against Benson County. Lewis and Clark Berthold against Rolla, Deluxe, Burlington, and Trenton. Belva against Thompson. Our Redeemers and Dickinson Trinity. Rugby against Beulah. And Shiloh Christian against Langdon Edmore Munich. Then the Dale Brown Classic the next day at the Dome on the 29th. Stanley against Towner Granville Upham. Thompson and Hazen. Four Winds Minnewacan against Dickinson Trinity. Beulah will take on Enderlin. That will be a classic. Bishop Ryan against Langdon Edmore Munich. St. John and Shiloh Christian. And our Redeemers against North Star. Again, the Hoopster Classic for girls, the holiday shootout coming up on Thursday the 30th at the Minot Municipal Auditorium. 6 games that day. Dunseith against Bishop Ryan. Stanley against our Redeemers. Deluxe, Burlington, and Towner Granville Upham. Shiloh Christian against Langdon Edmore Munich. Kidder County and Velva. And Beulah against Rugby. All 3 days, 7 boys games on Tuesday, 7 boys games on Wednesday, 6 girls games on Thursday. Again, video and audio broadcast right here on the PSP network. Thanks to Jason Schwarz, to Tracy Bond, also to Brody Bosch, and to Dr. Mark Vollmer and Mitch Lunde for joining us tonight on our show. Thank you for joining us. Again, we'll be back next week. We will take the following Wednesday off, the final Wednesday in December, because of the Dale Brown Classic at the MSU Dome. But again, join me again next week here as we do our pre-Christmas. We'll do our pre-Christmas show here live from the Spicy Pie. Thanks to Spicy Pie, Casey, and all the group here. Boy, you take care of me very well up here, and I appreciate that. Again, thank you for joining us tonight. Again, both the Minot High boys and girls ranked number 5 in their respective polls in Class A basketball. The Scotty K Show live from the Spicy Pie here on the PSP network. Thanks to Nick Hallberg and Brandon Beater and all those that make me sound a little bit better than I probably should here on this show each and every Wednesday night. We'll talk to you again next week.
This has been a presentation of the PSP Network. Thank you for joining us for the Scotty K Show. Make sure to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, It's game day